Welcome everyone. So today what I wanted to do is show you how to prepare your cube model to print, either laser cut or by hand. So you should have all 6 sides of your object. 1, 2, or 5 sides. 3, 4, and 5, because that's going to be the same on both sides. If you don't have that and you just have this model, I want to show you how to do that too. But first I'm going to show you if you actually have all 6 of your sides. So if you have all 6 of your sides, what you can do is you can rotate them in the right direction and line them all up right on the cube that is the size of your final cube. So I've got my cube here, which is the same size as my sides. And I'm going to rotate, with shift on, and then release, and hold on to shift, then release shift to rotate it if you don't have ortho on. Then I'm going to mirror this because I want 2 of them, and hit shift to line up my mirror, and click. Alright, so I've got 2 of the 4 sides there. Then this is going to be the top, so I'm going to turn it all the way upside down. Shift, release to keep it lined up straight. And then these 2 sides over here are what I want to do next. So I'm going to hit zoom and go to selected. Okay, that gives me this. Then I'm going to flip this up this way, hold down shift, release the mouse, and then release the shift. And I'm going to do the same over here. And shift. Okay, so I've got these lined up. I've got the curve on the outside here is going to line up with my object. So if I click on this and move with the move tool, select my base point to move from. I want to move from this corner, and then I'm going to line it right back up with this corner. And you see it's exactly the same size. That's crucial. Okay, and then I'm going to move this one from this base point, same way I did before, to that base point over there. I do have all my snaps on, so make sure you have your snaps on. If you have a PC, the snaps are on the bottom, remember. Then I'm going to move both of these, move from a base point there to a base point there. And this is all the positive space on this object. I kept a copy of it, which makes this a little easier. I can use this base point and move it to that base point on the edge there. And really make sure this is all lined up right, okay? And then I'm going to actually just delete the extrusion. So click on that and hit delete. And then I'm going to move this from that corner there to that corner there. So I've got all my sides lined up. And if we look inside, that's where I'm going to pour my concrete to make my mold. Okay. Because these sides overlap, I want to make this all one piece before I do the next step. So I'm going to Boolean union them together a little bit at a time. And this helps it to understand the geometry a little bit if I only do it 2 at a time. So Boolean union, I'm going to click on the top and the side and hit enter. I made that one piece. Then I'm going to hit enter to bring up the same command, Boolean union. And I'm going to click on that I've already made, and this poly surface here. Hit enter. And that's all one piece. Now I'm going to keep doing that until I Boolean union everything together. And I'm doing this a little bit at a time because it makes it more likely to work. Okay, so Boolean union this to this. And I've Boolean unioned it all together, so it's all one piece. And now I'm going to merge all faces just to clean up the geometry. So I'm going to type merge all faces. Click on the object and hit enter. And now you can see that some of the surfaces have been merged together. And this is the object I'm going to use to make my mold. So the next step is to actually divide it in half and use those 2 halves to export to a different program. Okay, so I'm going to cut it right down the middle this way. So I'm going to flip it back over. Let me readjust my zoom so I'm focused on that object. So type zoom, enter, select the object you want to zoom on. Oops, sorry. Zoom, enter, go to selected. My bad. Let's do that again. One more time. Click on it first, zoom, and then hit go down to selected. Okay, now when I orbit around, my orbit is orbiting around just that object. Okay, so now let's go ahead and cut it in half. So I'm going to draw a line with the line command from my midpoint here to my midpoint here. Click on that line and extrude it. Extrude it. Curve. Sorry. Extrude curve. This one straight through. Okay. Then I'm going to actually change the scale of it a bit just to kind of make sure that it's overlapping on all sides. All right. And now I'm going to split this into two different pieces. So let's go ahead and go split. Enter. Click on the object to split, enter. Click on the cutting object, enter. So now I've got two different sides here. So I'm going to hide this side, and I'm going to use this other side to split this surface so that I can create a cap. Next, I'm going to go ahead and split this object with this object, but I want to copy it first. So I'm going to go Command C or Control C if you have a PC, Command V to paste it back in place, and now I've actually got two of these objects on top of each other. So I'm going to click on one of the extrusions and hide it, and then I'm going to split the other one. So let's split, enter, click on the object to split. This time it's this object, enter, and then split, click on this object to use it to cut. And what that's done is that has actually created a cut on this surface edge that I can actually delete. So when I delete this, it leaves that purple, and I made it purple so that you can see what I'm doing. So don't worry about how I'm doing that. Okay, so now I've got this face, and that's right, but I want to make it all one piece, so I'm going to join it together. Click on this, and join. Click on this, and join. And it turned it purple. That's fine. It just means it moved it onto a different layer. Okay, so then I'm going to actually hide this. And actually, let me just bring both back. So let me bring both back, hide this. And now I've got that one surface and this object here, and I want to do the same thing. So split this object with this object, enter. And then I've got that shape, good. Click this, and I'm going to delete it, and then I'm going to join these together. So just the puzzle pieces are type join. Click on this, click on this, click on that, and join. It's all one piece. Okay, great. So this is what I'm going to export these two sides to make my STL file that I'm going to use to laser cut our foam core, or you can do it by hand, but laser cutting works too. So I'm going to stop right here, and I'll show you in the next video how to set it up to laser cut or to print PDFs that you can use as templates.